Well, it's tribal. I think it's just that, you know, two groups of geezers from different towns want to fight each other. It's just inbred in the blood of young Englishmen.
Be going up north and someone would be waiting for you at Waterloo because of your reputation. You'd go on the underground to King's Cross, there'd be someone else around who'd heard of you and knew that you'd be travelling through King's Cross. Then you get to the game, whatever, up north where you were going, and be fights there. Fights back in London at night, people knew you'd be coming back through London, be waiting for you.
Well, I think it's just reputation. They go on reputation, we go on reputation. And it's trying to see who's best.
They'll never stop the fact that rival supporters will fight. If you're brought up with a group of young geezers round your way, and as the geezers are growing up, they get into going to football, and you're in with that group, and you get into it.
An article in Police magazine 2 years ago showed how police spotters outwitted the 657 gang on an away trip to Cardiff. The gang had hoped to escape police notice by pretending to be a wedding party in hired morning suits and top hats. But it didn't fool the spotters, who escorted them to the match, morning suits and all.
I'm going to ask you about that. How did that come about? Obviously to get away from the old Bill, but...
Yeah, just someone had said it as a last. Why don't we all go to the Cardiff dressed up as though we're going to a wedding? So, yeah, we turned up at the station in the morning. About 20 of us. Everyone had like Farrah's blazer. Some had shirts and ties on. Some had smart jumpers and everything. So, and we'd even had a couple of wedding invites printed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we got to Cardiff, we let all the others get off the train and sort of go out. And then we came out of the station, slipped away. We thought we got away with it. And we're walking down the road, and a meat wagon pulls up alongside. So where are you lot going? We said, oh, we're off to the church for the wedding. So they split us up, and they said, who's getting married then? So why not? So, wasn't even Sharon. I said to the others, who's getting married? I said, oh, Tracy and Dave. I said, fuck off you lot, you're not going to any wedding and all this. And I think we were in the ground by 11:30 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah, they just took us straight to the stadium and put us in the ground.
So the moral of the story is you should have said who's getting married today, lads.
Yeah, we should have done a bit more homework before we landed.
That's fantastic, mate.
Has forced the 657 to switch tactics. On October the 3rd, this coach was booked to take a group of youths from Portsmouth to a surprise 21st party in Blackpool. In fact, the surprise was on the coach driver, because the passengers were really at the 657, and their destination wasn't Blackpool, but Liverpool, where Pompey were drawn to play that afternoon.
Their manner as they got on the coach was quite polite. They said good morning. They were, as you would see anywhere else, normally on a coach party, they had bags and they had newspapers.
After 2 hours, the driver was persuaded to pull up at an Oxford service station. Unbeknown to him, this is a meeting point for football hooligan crews. The service station managers had taken steps to keep troublemakers out, but a private coach got round this. From Oxford, the coach headed north. The driver was ordered to make for Liverpool. Under protest, he agreed to drop them at Preston, a short train ride from the match. Liverpool won. There was crowd trouble and there were 14 arrests. Only a dozen of the 657 crew met the coach for the journey home.
Well, I spent 12 and a half years in the army, and I've done 3 tours in Northern Ireland, and I can tell you now that I've never been so scared in all my life.
Among the passengers on that return journey, Docker Hughes, the 657's failed parliamentary candidate.
He was on the coach. I would politely put it, bombed out of his mind 2/3 of the way up and 2/3 of the way back.
But despite all the chaos, the driver noticed that the 657 in fact were highly organised.
Myself, as I say, it was a pre-planned operation. During the journey, they were referring to each other as the colonel, the general, as if they were talking to people, if you were in the army, people talking to people higher than what you were. I mean, they obviously knew what they were doing, and as I say, well organised, very well organised.
And a couple of the trips we did, like taking the bikes to Cambridge, which was done as an absolute piss take at the start. Yeah, we just all said, oh, we'll all take bikes to Cambridge, so into the distance. And we were outside a pub, and what we did, we all just threw the bikes on the floor. And they were in a big bundle there, and a load of Japanese and American tourists came along, obviously for the university.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to one of these Japanese, "Oh yeah, we're the art students, and this is one of our arts projects." And they're all getting their camcorders and cameras and everything out, and taking pictures of this pile of bikes. So we never did get the Nobel Prize for art for it, though.
No, I don't think they would have. And obviously, you said about when the police dog got chucked in the back of the van. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I say we used to go in the furniture vans, and we'd gone to Cardiff. Pompey and Cardiff used to be quite a bit of a battle in those days.
Yeah.
They'd turn up at ours, we'd always turn up at theirs. Always used to kick off, and it was after the game. We were driving out of Cardiff, but still quite near the ground. And obviously the three lads in the front, we're driving on the road. We got a bang on the front of the van. I said there's about 50 of them up on the left. So we're stuck in traffic. We pull the shutter up from the back of the van, jump out. The Cardiff weren't expecting anything. We've come out from around the side of the van.
Right.
We run them off up the road. I mean, everyone used to go on about football aggro most of the time. Hardly any punches were thrown or anything.
No, it was all running about, wasn't it?
Yeah, bravado and everything.
Yeah.
We ran these Cardiff lads up the road. As they went round the corner, we bumped into the police. So we've all turned round, hot-footed it back to the van, and we've all jumped in the back of the van and pulled the back down. So we were sitting there laughing and everything. And there was a bang, bang, bang on the back of the van. And we've all looked at each other. We've heard, "Get this door open." So we said, "There's nobody in here." Like that. And they said, "Get this fucking door open." And again, we were just all laughing and everything. Next thing, the shutters come up. There's a policeman standing there, and he had the Alsatian actually in his arms like you carry a baby.
Yeah.
And he just threw it in the back of the van. And I had my brand new mustard-coloured Pringle that I bought the day before on. And he took a liking to that, took a big plunk out of my arm. And yeah, he was hanging on my arm, and you've never seen a van clear out so quick in your life. But even afterwards, we were sitting there, and they got us all out of the van, made us sit down on the pavement with our hands on our head. And someone started singing the Gap Band song, "Looks Upside Your Head," where they used to do the dance. And we all started like rocking from side to side, putting our hands out and everything. They went ballistic, the old Bill. Yeah, and basically they got us back in the van. And one of my pals at the time, bless him, he's dead a long time now, mate. He was in the Royal Marines, and he went up to the copper and he said, "Look, what we doing with our mate who's been bitten?" I said, "If you stop this fucking van before you get out of Wales," they said, "you're all getting nicked and you're not going home till Monday." So, yeah.
You took their advice.
Yeah, I had to wait till I got back to Pompey to go to the hospital and get stitched up and everything.
Bloody hell. Was your arm pretty torn up?
Yeah, I had 18 stitches. It ripped the muscle inside my arm when it bit me, the dog.
Yeah.
It torn the muscle, so I think I had 10 stitches inside and 8 on the outside.
But you had to wait to get back to Pompey before you could go to casualty or whatever.
Yeah, but they did let me sit in the front of the van for the way home, so it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Yeah. We had some good battles with Cardiff over the years. We did that one, and then I think that would have been 83 that game. Good battles with Cardiff over the years. We did that one, and then I think that would have been 83 that game.